Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's section of reads. You should be seeing this on the YouTube channel James 13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. Also, the dice and the cards I'm using, they're going to be listed below. Other than that, let's go ahead and move ahead. If you would like a reading from me, of course, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for tuning in, and let's go ahead and get into yours. Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Libra? Where do you belong? I don't know. The devil is here. I don't know if it's throughout the whole situation or what. It's just there, and I'm just kind of like, it's almost like at the bottom of the deck type of feel. It's just kind of there, which is telling me if this situation is going to resonate, it's just there. It's just there. You know? Does it have to be there? I don't know. There's something about a burden. Beast of burden? I don't even know where to take that. When I'm thinking beast of burden, it reminds me of like having a pet that you really love, but you really, like, they have behavioral issues and you can't really just let anybody be around them. You have to be very careful. You may know how to handle them, but you're like, well, other people, we'll just gotta keep other people away from them. You know what I mean? Especially if you get a rescue dog and they just have some aggression issues. Maybe they're good to you and you know how to handle them, but you gotta be careful who's around them. You know what I mean? I feel like y'all know what I mean. This might be why this is referring... I'm seeing this as a beast of burden. Like, if you're left to your own, and people just let you do what you need to do, you can handle this. But of course, people have to filter in and out, and you know how that goes. So, this is one of those situations. Now, you do have an optimistic flavor to you on this. Okay, that's good. Whatever this situation is, I feel like I just try to kind of keep it out of focus, keep it out of view, keep it over to the side. Like, if people don't know it's there, maybe it doesn't have to be an issue. You know, and I'm just keep trying to, like, divert people different ways, just keep their attention other places. If they don't know it's there, it doesn't have to be an issue. I feel like that's good. To a point, I guess that works. To a point. Not all the time, but to a point. Other people want to be involved with whatever this is. Doesn't mean other people should be involved, but, you know. The World and the Five of Pentacles, half in, half out. So half in, half out means it's like that. I just feel like, I feel like there's a very naive energy around this situation, who thinks they know what they're doing, that you easily realize they do not know what they're doing, but they're completely convinced that they do know what they're doing, and they think they can make things so much better, and you're like, oh boy. It's kind of like, okay. Trying to get more energy off this. It's not bad. It's like very good intention. You got the Ace of Cups here, and they seem to think that they're going to do great things. The question is, can you get this energy to work with you to move things where you need to move them to help you navigate this? Or is this going to be more of a challenger situation where you are trying to do what you're trying to do, they're going to be in contrast to that, and then you have another issue that you have to manage along with the main issue? That's the question mark here. Okay. There's something here about a shelf life here. Sooner or later, the next phase comes in. This energy, is this a person? I feel like this is somebody coming in. This is a, there's this energy here. I don't know if it's coming in or just there, or it seems to be increasing with influence. So you're used to dealing with this beast of burden a certain way. This energy's coming in, and they're going to add in stronger. They're going to be more heavily involved fairly soon. I feel like I've been trying to kind of keep that from happening, or trying to, like, I've been trying to move around it and hoping it wasn't going to happen, because I get the Seven of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles. Kind of like, I was hoping we could just not do that. Just let me deal with it. I'll be fine on my own. Just if this person who thinks they know what they're doing, but they really don't, if they could just kind of go do something else, that'd be better. The advice, well, the possibility from the Oracle card here is saying to make a decision. It's coming. It's gonna happen. The sooner you position yourself and just bring it forward with what you need to, the better that's gonna go for you. I feel like once you realize it's definitely coming in, which I feel like it's not just this reading. If you look a little deeper into the situation and you kind of track what this person's doing a little closer, you're going to see that they're getting closer and closer to this situation, and they're making their way towards you. So once you realize that that's actually happening, I feel like you'll be able to confidently make that decision and do what you need to do. Because I feel like for most of you, you already know what you... If this person's going to be a part of the situation, there's a decision that needs to be made, and you seem to know what that needs to be. I feel like most of you know what that needs to be. Like, they're coming in, so what do I need to do? Well, how do I need to kind of like add this up or position this so that it can more go to my benefit, more go to the way I need it to go versus what they think it should go. It does feel very complicated to me. But you also have this, you are an air sign, you're very strong. You have very strong intellect. You care about the situation, but you would also know how to work around it and kind of like, all right, there's certain things here I don't want to happen, but with what's coming in, let me see. Of all these things, okay, I don't want these things over here to happen, but if we do a couple of these things I don't like, if we do a couple of these things I don't want to happen, maybe this other person will realize this is a bad idea, and maybe they'll learn, and maybe they'll listen to me, and maybe we can kind of work with it that way before this becomes a bigger issue. So maybe we should bring... because they want to do these things that I think are a bad idea anyway. There's a whole bunch of things that they want to do that I think is a bad idea. So maybe if I could kind of bring in just a couple small things, let them try to do that, and be right there with them and show them, like, yeah, that's why I wasn't doing that, because I know that's a bad idea. Maybe they'll take me a little bit more seriously. Maybe we can manage this a different way. And I feel like you got to be careful about how you do that. Okay. This is one of those energies where they're going to have to learn for themselves. This is going to take a little bit of finesse, a little bit of strategy. This is heavy. I don't know why this is so heavy, but it is. Well, the card's backing it up. Okay, yeah. Hold on. 1 second. 1 sec. Okay. Yeah. The changes this other person wants to make, I don't feel like you like that at all. You're like, I don't see that working. I feel like that could actually cause a lot of problems. You have the Ace of Fire reversed, and then you have the Magician like this, kind of like, I don't know what to do to kind of make this work or to change this person's mind. They seem to be very stubborn, hell-bent on just doing what they want. There's a moment here where I feel like I'm very uncomfortable with what's going on here, that it just doesn't seem like the words are making sense. There's a lot of going on between the lines here. This could end up causing issues, wondering what's going on, where are they going next, what's going to happen next. Because there's this moment where I'm trying to keep control of it. I'm trying to make sure it works out for me and everybody else. I'm trying to look out for the beast of burden here. Because I got to do what I got to do. And it's becoming very stressful. I feel like this is why this card, the Empress, is very heavy. Because I'm trying to do my best with the situation, but this other person coming into it is making it much more complicated than it needs to be. And potentially could make a bad situation. Like, it has its issues anyway, but this could become a really bad situation the way they're going. And it's kind of like this, waiting to see what they do next, wondering what's going to happen next, that could be a problem. The other opportunity you got with this moment is to slowly but surely just start moving the pieces where you need to move them. The Page of Swords is very interesting, but it's also coming in with the don't settle for less. Start like getting into it a little bit. Start small conversations and see where they go. Bring other people into the situation. Are we sure? That seems a little bit. That's like, I feel like there's enough. All right, let's just see. Let's see. I keep going like, oh, really? More? Really? Bringing more people into the situation, which I really get with the two of these. I mean, it's the Page of Swords, and I don't know, I'm getting something about bringing some other people in. Could break down the wall a little bit here. It could keep things from getting that bad. Bringing in other people might give you the advantage you were not expecting. This is weird. It's an opportunity. Start slow. Start talking about the situation with people and seeing what they think about it. I feel like people are going to add themselves in. You know who to talk to, and you know who's going to go for that. So I feel like you just got to start the conversation, and they're going to add themselves in. I don't feel like you have to like say to them, "Hey, you want to be a part of this?" I don't think that's where this is going. I think what it's going is like, well, I'm dealing with the beast of burden. This is what I've been doing, you know, so-and-so's here, and this is what they want to do, and this is the outcome we've had so far. I feel like they're going to add themselves in. These people are going to add themselves in. Okay, so this is weird because it causes a bit of stress. The person that feels like they know what they're doing, even though I feel like they're very naive to the situation. They're trying to hold it together the way they think it should be done. It's causing a lot of stress for them. And this card comes in saying that like they're getting the notion that they should move on from it. Could that be real? Let's wait and see. Because I'm getting recognize the signs from above. They're going to want to move on from it. Doesn't mean they will. But I feel like the situation is going to get heavier, especially if more people start adding into it. And I don't think they're going to feel as confident with it as they did originally. Which might be the best for the situation, ironically. There will be conflict here. How does that affect Libra? Because I don't think of Libra liking conflict. They like to work things out. They like to be more diplomatic. We can peacefully work this out, but this isn't seeming to be the case in this situation. It's not that bad for you. I feel like I'm holding back and I'm watching. Other people involved, like, people have a lot to say. I feel like I'm more watching. I'm more absorbing the situation. I'm trying to understand where this is going to go based on what's going on now. I feel like I'm just kind of like taking what I can from it and I'm letting it be. This person who thought they knew what they were doing, they don't seem to be as interested in it as much as they were. That could give you an advantage. Because it gets really complicated. I feel like that gives you an opportunity to go around the side and just start handling it the way you want to again. Because it gets very complicated. This is interesting. Okay. Does this work? Am I doing this right? Because this is weird, but I guess if this makes sense to you, Because the way you just kind of, the way it gets so busy here on the main floor, I just kind of walk around it, and I go and handle the beast of burden the way I'm used to, and I just kind of move it. I just kind of move the situation away from the main this main kerfuffle, whatever you want to call it, and I move it away, and it seems to be okay. Is it that easy? It brings down the energy a lot. Because I feel like people are, like, arguing, literally. And I don't see you having to be in the middle of that, but when they're arguing, you get to move around it. It gives you the moment to kind of move the situation somewhere else, and you get to handle it the way you want to. And I just feel like these people just drain each other. And then there's nothing solved between them, including the person who thought they knew what they were doing, and then all of a sudden none of them want to deal with it. Like, the energy from the person who thought they knew what they were doing goes way down to the Page of Pentacles. They still feel the same way, but they're not really wanting to get in the middle of it yet. They don't feel like this is going to actually work out, at least not right now. They don't really want anything to do with it anymore, but they feel like they got to stick with it. So they stay in connection with it. That's interesting. The way this is evolving is very interesting to me. When this evolves to this next level, it seems to give you opportunities to handle this situation that you didn't have before. It does seem to kind of like create new possibilities. What can you give me? Like, what are the possibilities? What are like something? What are these possibilities that weren't there before? Two of Fire and then the World reversed. So there's a different way to hold on to this situation. And the Two of Fire, but it's kind of coming in like this, which is telling me there's some quick decisions that won't go that far, but it's kind of like it'll keep the situation where you want. It's almost like I'm putting more and more distance. Because it's like when I get the World reversed, it's kind of like it was there, just maybe you didn't have access to it. The World reversed in this situation is telling me there's something that was already there that you maybe didn't know was there. Could be you just didn't know it was there, or you didn't have access to it, one of the two. And it's almost like the Beast of Burden. Like, I keep thinking of like a literal, like I'm thinking of like a dog that's really hard to deal with. It's kind of like you're good with dealing with it, but other people, it's very like, you know, it's got triggers. You know the triggers, so you know what to do. So it's kind of like I was keeping the dog over here away from people, but every now and then people would hear the dog. It's kind of like this is a big house. There's another place. Oh, wait. Instead of just doing it in the house, I could keep the dog in this barn. Part of this barn is heated, and I can even hang out there with the dog. That would be my private time, and I could feed the dog and take care of the dog, and there's a place I could walk the dog over here. It would keep the dog warm and fed, and it could be my private place. I didn't realize that was even there. It's almost like that's showing up. Like, I kept thinking I had to keep it in the house. But now I'm seeing where, oh, this barn has a room in the back that is heated because of maybe there's something out there. Maybe there's some type of plumbing or whatever. So this room is heated. I could keep the dog over in this area and the dog would be safe. And then I could go hang out there myself. Everything is cool. Really that good? Well, the outcome is really nice because there's like a new possibility here. But like there's also giving you another plan after this, kind of like, all right, this is what's working for now, but I feel like this is kind of working for now, but I need to have a better plan. I need to find a different way to handle this, and there's more possibilities coming later. I keep getting this with this map. Like, I have other things to research. There's different things in the same property that maybe I wasn't aware of or didn't have access to, but more importantly, I feel like with this controversy, this conflict, you might have learned something, how other people have handled similar situations before, something you could research and find other doors to open so that you can maybe change the whole outlook of the situation. Possibilities, again, that you didn't even know existed, but through people arguing, something made it come to the surface where people have tried this or tried that, and sometimes this has worked and sometimes that has worked, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. Let me research that and see what I can find. Let me research this and see what I can find. And maybe there's something here that I can do differently, or maybe there's a possibility I can unearth based on that conflict. That conflict I keep seeing there, I don't see you in the middle of it. I see you more working around it and listening when you need to. I don't see you in the conflict. I see you like observing it, working around it, and kind of like doing what you have to do, working it to your advantage when you have to, when necessary. And then it's leading to this, the Two of Cups, and then this, I keep thinking it's a map. I mean, it looks like a map to me. It says the way forward is open. Looks like a map to me. I think it's supposed to be. I don't know why I'm questioning it, because part of me keeps thinking it's a contract, but it's a map. Like, it says joy, and there's a little thing there, and you are here. So, but I keep thinking something about a contract might be possible here. Somehow, like, finding something else, like, you know, solidifying this, or maybe changing the rules here to where you're the one in control and other people, like this person who thought they knew what they were doing, don't have the ability to get in the way anymore. Could be something like that, where you get to change the rules with a new contract. Something like that. Something like that. The general read, take it with a grain of salt. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.